Okay, I'm back. I'm Bodacious, Compton. You know what I'm saying? I have to put out there I'm a not active gang member. I don't want people to misconstrue that I'm active or nothing like that. I'm here to kind of correct some of the stuff that I did, some of the wrongs that I did. And I come back to my original neighborhood where I'm co-founder of N Hood Compton Crips because I want the authenticity in it. You know what I'm saying? I want people to be able to go back to their old neighborhoods where they started at and make a difference and kind of do some change because our children are dying in a mass proportion. You know what I'm saying? And it's pitiful that people sit by and look as this is a norm. This has became a norm. So I want to give a little history on the hood, and I want to come, ask anybody, challenge anybody out there for some solutions what we can do to save our children. Because if we're at a point of it'll be a shameful doom if this can continue. And I just feel that we're obligated, especially the ones that were participators, that was founders, that, it's a lifestyle. It's kind of like we grew up in something that we had no idea. It's just like my brother was telling me about a cold, how when a cold comes and you give all these medicines and stuff, it mutates into something that they have no cure for. So this is basically one of the things that mutated over the years that we kind of don't have an antidote for. So we got to come up with some solutions. I'm challenging every gang hood in our community, black and brown, because we're up against a whole lot right now. And it may not seem none, but it's almost like we're at war with society and all the elements around us. So somewhere, war is war. I had an old general tell me, when I said, man, I was in a little war, he said, no such thing, son. A war is a war, regardless of what your terrain is. So that's one of the reasons we wanted to come back to the hood, so it will be authentic. Because a lot of people I know can't go back to their hoods and say certain things. And like I said before in the last video, I may say some things that may offend. I may be a little off the Richter scale because I've used drugs before and alcohol abuse. I've been sober 30 years now, though. And like I said, I've talked to a couple of homies that kind of, felt that I didn't have all my facts right. And I may not have, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get 40 years in an hour. But it's no disrespect to nobody. I'm challenging everybody to do something to make a difference. This is about solutions. Because we can film all day. We can go to every hood. We can go all over the world with this Crip thing and blood thing or whatever. But if we still killing each other, it's moot. It's no use. It's no use to even doing it. We might well just continue being self-destruct, So we want to make something constructive out of these videos. Kev Mac, this Kev Mac videos. There's my brother Tic. I know most people know him by Lunatic, Stein, King Tic, Karate Tic, or whatever. But he can kind of verify some of the things that I've been a lot of times, so I was gone a lot.
Right.
And he
was here.
Yeah, right.
What's your age difference?
1 year.
1 year.
Who's oldest?
Me.
I'm Tic, Bub's older brother. I was around here while he was walking his off, so I could fill in the blanks for what was happening when he wasn't here. But as far as the starting of this neighborhood, Bubs could tell you more about that because I came along even in this neighborhood that I ended up being from a little later when I pretty much stopped running with Tanner and came over here to be with my brother and then take it to the next level.
So yeah, that's why we're here. This is where it first started because we used to, like I said, we used to have all the people from the neighborhood come and donate funds to go to the park and have picnics and basically just like a club, just an innocent club until we just started the Crip thing was they was campaigning and we was pushing the line and we got to neighborhood Crip. And Criminal P, we stayed on the corner. It was Criminal We. And this was like 76 where we just started N Hood Crip because I was from Panez Family first.
Right.
And Panez Family started as lowriders, you know what I'm saying? That's what the Majestics and all them are now. You know what I'm saying? It metamorphoses, to the Majestics. And the Panez Family was basically a group of everybody from Compton. If you were somebody from Terry Carter to Terry Tarzan, Debbie Bernard, Marcellus Robinson. I mean, if you was anybody from Compton, you was on Panez because that's where all the lowriders and everybody grouped up. But then, like I said, it was a major split. And if I'm wrong or right, it had to be like 74, 75.
From the split?
Yeah, with the split.
Yeah, pretty much
Because
around there.
when the split happened, there was some U.S., which they known as the South Side now, which is like right across the street, right across Long Beach Boulevard, which some of them did hang with some Crips. It was like, because like I said, and it was some, I know they were allies with Bloods because they jumped me the first day of school in Roosevelt, and I got to Roosevelt like in 73. That's how I remember who they was. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, all this stuff manifested to where I just want to say we were all black men before we were anything. So we all went to school with Pyrus and everybody else. It wasn't no gang, it was pre-gang, and we all knew each other. And it kind of got to a level, like I said, everything just grow and manifest to a negative. It just grew to a negative. So, and it's kind of funny because after the Hood was introduced to the C car, Compton N Hood, my brother ended up moving on Long Beach Boulevard right over here. This is 77.
Me and Half Step.
What we didn't know, we standing right here, we hanging out, cripping hard, you know what I'm saying, doing everything. Pyrus right across the street, right on Long Beach Boulevard. We didn't even know. So when Tic moved over there, Tic moved on Long Beach Boulevard, I go to my brother's apartment, him and Half Step. Yep. When I go to my apartment, I see Porky, Slick, Hurt. You had Westside Pyru. I was telling Showboat was from Westside Pyru, Mission Steel Bill. Yeah, right. You had Centerview.
Hurt from Bounty
Hunter. Yeah, all of them was over there, and we didn't know. They right across the street. So you know, we like go over there. So when I look, I was like, I went to school with Frank Boyd. I'm like, what you doing over here? You know what I'm saying? They had the girls over there. We ain't knowing. So when he moved over there and we go over there, we like, they knew then. We out of here. We can't stay here. They knew then. So a couple of them turned Boulevard. Big Ronnie. I don't know, Herc still stayed Pyru.
Yeah, I think he went back.
Because him and Ronnie got into it. Remember?
Yeah, him and Ronnie
that's the first time I ever seen somebody choke somebody out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Big Ronnie choked him out with a bear hug. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this is how the Boulevard manifested. This is how the Boulevard started. Because my homeboy Martell and Nino, they come over there, they got Blue Rag, but then I didn't even know about Centerview Pyru.
No, me neither.
Until we met these females, Kim and Cynthia, that was over there. We ended up going with the sisters, me and Tic. You know what I'm saying? But they was the only one could stay. You know what I'm saying? They was the only one could stay. But then the Pyrus, they had to leave. And I'm like, man, that was close. You know? But then you still had one or two stayed there. Yeah. You remember Juju? Yeah. Yeah, and he kept it, you know, yeah, die hard. He kept it Pyru. Yeah, but I was his demise though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he should have left with the rest of them.
Yeah, he should have left.
Yeah, he should have left.
Hey, so when you said Terry Carter, you talking about from West Side Pyru?
Yeah, all them. Terry Tarzan, Terry Carter.
What's the big Mexican dude?
Oscar.
Big Oscar.
Anybody that was anybody from Compton and parts of everybody that was low riding came on Pan Am.
Sure did.
Where was Oscar from?
Oscar was
Pan Am. Yeah. He was a Mexican.
Big Mexican, about 400 pounds.
He stayed on the south side on Chester.
Sure did.
Me and his sister was in the same class together. And he had some of the cleanest low riders in Compton, you know. But at that time, like I said, it wasn't no split. Everybody was kicking it. So at the same time, when the split came, you had to choose. You didn't have no, really no options. Either you was going to be Pyru or Crip. Even if you lived over there and said, I don't bang or nothing like that, well, we know you over there, so you get caught up. You get caught up. So that's how I think Mad Dog moved over there right after that. Yeah. That's when the Boulevards, that's when the 6ix9ine Mafia, they call themselves now, and the Boulevard, that's how they started. Because, well, basically, I think Tic and Dog and them was the founders.
Yeah, because when me and Half Step moved over, because Half Step ended up going back to Watts. And right after Half Step went back to Watts, I was still there, but the word was out that they were there. And they knew once that the word was out, they had to leave. They're too close. You got South right there, you got neighborhood right here. I mean, you surrounded by Crips. And so that was the birth of the Boulevard, which ended up being damn near the same thing as the Hood, especially the way that they got out. That was basically one clique. They all got out together.
Yeah, we was the one set. We was
one set.
Yeah. So that's how, and they were, like I said, they were very reputable, and that's when I found out what power was.
Oh yeah, say that again.
I said we were all just one set. The Hood, Boulevard, and Hood, and actually we labeled it District. I think you came up with that.
252.
District 252. And when I asked Tic, I said, "What's District 252?" He said, "Just look in the paper."
Yeah, that's the district that neighborhood's in.
Right, it's the legal district.
And they was getting write-ups on how the violence was going way up down there.
Right. Yeah, well, we hoorah every morning, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was so powerful because we wasn't set tripping. It wasn't no set tripping, you know? And if you was cripping, you just was embraced with open arms.
Every Friday and Saturday there was like the biggest Crip meeting every week. You'd have Santana. You'd have
Spooktown.
Lanterns. I remember one time in one car, it was me, Turtle, Bebop, and Mad Dog from the Boulevard driving around. Now, you know that's 4 Tops for sure. And the thing was, there was no set tripping at all. It was just one big click. I mean, it was like, I remember when Turtle tried to sell me a 6'4". The only reason I wouldn't buy Turtle 6'4" is because I knew they were trying to kill him. And I was scared if I bought his car, they was going to think it was me, it was him, me or him in the car, and I was going to get killed. That's the only reason I didn't buy his 6'4". But it was a whole different ball game, man. No, it was like you all of one mind. You had one agenda.
Yeah.
It was just pushing forward what the car wanted to do, and that was it.
And it was a lot of love. It was a gang of love there. Because it's still there. It's still there. I mean, you got homies that, I got homies that's 50 to life from the VAR. You know what I'm saying? We got homies that's basically gave their life up for this. And they were, and you got homies still looking out for them, you know? It's just like my little homeboy KB from Kelly Park, I never expected him to go to jail. You know, he was just a really good dude. And when I seen him in the pen, I was shocked. They was expecting me. When I got to Folsom, they was like, oh, I don't know how you got away this long. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it was like, it was so much love to where it's hard. You can't separate us, even now. Because there's some little homies out there that say, man, how, you know, our sets ain't getting along. How do you big homies still kick it? That's kind of like disrespecting us. And I tell the little homies like this. We love each other. And if anybody been in a relationship that really loves somebody, you just can't cut that off like a light switch. You know, and what you do, you embrace that and say, okay, how do we fix this? Because right now, and we got to talk to these youngsters. Some of these youngsters we got to talk to and listen to. They out here on the front line. You know what I'm saying? And it's do or die. And it's worse than, because the weaponry they got now, I seen somebody get hit with a 44 Magnum elbow, and it just took the elbow off. And I'm like, wow. That's too powerful, you know, in them AR-15, 223s, the Bushwhackers, the MPs, the AK-47. These are militarized weapons. When I seen an AK, I had a couple of them. When I shot it, and it went through the fence pole, like right through here, and then I could look through a garage and see the car passing by, I was like, whoa, that's too much. That is too much for out here. But these are the weapons that we had. We didn't know that. We never was trained through the military. We just somebody I can get a whole bunch of, I can get like Turtle said, I can kill a bunch of Byrus with this. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, no, we got to stop this. But listen to these youngsters and listen how the 16, the 15 years old, and see what they're going through. I remember when I was telling one of the homies, Ray Dog in there, that when we was getting initiated, it was a gulp. You know what I'm saying? It was like everybody on each side, initiation line. And you walk through it and you jump through to make sure you could fight and stuff like that. I talked to a little 16-year-old about 2 weeks ago. He said the initiation is you got to get in the car and go kill somebody. That's crazy. They're giving their lives up for really nothing. And they don't understand it. They just want to be part of something that they don't really understand the history of it. Because if they did, they would say, well, I can't go kill them because their mama raised my uncle. And my uncle is from the other side. I can't do that because you go to a funeral where you had a victim and the perpetrator's family. They all kin each other and all of them at the funeral. That's what you call backwards indoctrination. And it's called retardation, basically. You know, so we got to kind of listen to these youngsters and make something different, glamorous to them. Like education, like learning something. I'm talking to these youngsters, he said I was so high in class, some of the youngsters be so high that they can't even focus in class. You know what I'm saying? And that's backwards. But we got to, this is what we got to make. We got to make intelligence gangster.